Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Moon Crab Tarot. I'm Ray, and this is our energy of the day, August 31st. Um, you won't get to watch this until the 1st because my phone takes forever to upload. I've got to figure something out. If you have suggestions on how I can do that, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And while you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, for those of you brand new to my channel, I do energy of the day, which is breaking down just the date in numerology, and I apply it to the tarot deck, Rider Waite, that I have, so that it gives a visual demonstration of what it is I'm talking about. Now, just looking at what we're working with for today, and the way that I do this, if you watch the last few videos that I've done, the last energy of the day that I did, it gives kind of a better idea, but whatever, we'll just rush into it. What I did this morning is I messed up. I thought today was the 1st of September, so I've already done an energy of the day for tomorrow's numerology. Oddly enough, today is an 8 day. Yesterday was a 7. The day before that was a 6. When I ran it for the 1st of September, when I did it for September 1st for tomorrow, it's back to a 6 with a different kind of connotation. So that'll be, I don't know if I'll go ahead and I'll start uploading that one tonight so that one will actually be on time. And I may end up just having to do that. Film everything a day in advance and then just put them in there because time is fluid. It's not linear at all. So, anyway, without further ado, we are on the last day of our strength energy, last of the Leo fire energy, and then today being the 31st is the Chariot card. This is Cancer, which is it's funny because this is the mother and the father, the father and the mother of the cosmos, Leo and Cancer, fire and water. Interesting dynamic and relationship. That's the energy of today, and that was the energy yesterday. Was really heavy fire and water. The day before that was heavy fire and water. Today, as it culminates into justice, that makes a lot of sense, because what I was talking about yesterday also was the relationship between the 3 cards: Justice, the High Priest, and the High Priestess, where they all 3 of them are individuals flanked on either side by pillars. I also referenced the Chariot card, how the 2 Sphinxes are also, they indicate towers as well, the exact same towers actually as the High Priestess, which is also another one of Cancer's cards. Arguably so, but I don't argue about it because I know what's up. The Hierophant is one of Taurus's cards. It's one of the earth signs. Justice, I just have the feeling of a lot of air energy because of the sword and because of the Libra scales. It's about balance, and the balance is between, I guess, intuition with the High Priestess, what is it, traditional religions and stuff. The difference between, like, say, religion and witchcraft or esoteric, you know what I'm saying? It's esoteric, it's intuition, it's a lot of water, it's very concrete, very solid, very foundational type. Neither one really wrong, but there's 2 ways to go about it. That's what this pillars emphasize, is the choices. Interestingly enough, justice isn't concerned with how you feel or what you think. There's one truth. That's what the sword represents always, especially the singular sword, because in the tradition it's Archangel Michael's sword of truth, the one that guards the Garden of Eden. And justice, it just is. It just simply is. But the the curtains behind him, curtains behind her. Oddly enough, he has his own curtains kind of draping him. The Hierophant does not. There's nothing behind him. There's nowhere for. There's no journey beyond him. What's up, bud? So the way that the date works out is 8 for the year of the Hierophant, which is, learning lessons from teachers, life's teachers, Saturn specifically, Jupiter also, good cop, bad cop. We're kind of in that mode where it doesn't really feel like the good cop showed up recognizing he was supposed to be playing that role. It's like good cop, bad cop turned into bad cop, possibly retrograde. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see, how did that work out? Okay, so with the strength and chariot card being combined, that's where we get this justice. The chariot moves forward victoriously because everything that he's challenged by, he rolls over using, it's the Wheel of Fortune card. He literally is the master of balance. He's balanced the male female, good bad, the dark and the light, I guess. He's done the work, and everything that every goal that he has is based in the highest good, not only for him but for everybody involved in what he's dealing with. The strength card is talking about courage in the face of bravery, doing the right thing even when it's scary. She walks in to up to this lion, and immediately, like, the purity in her being tames him. She's able to close his mouth with her hands and guide him with a garland of flowers, that symbolize and represent purity and innocence. So these two together give us the justice energy, which breaks down into the high priestess, because at this point here, it's all leading up to the hermit energy, which begins tomorrow, September 1st, begins the energy away from the strength, the sun, and Leo into the hermit, earth, and Virgo. So here shortly, as we are, now in Virgo season, we're all going to be faced with our higher truths and knowledge and learning coming from within, or at least if you watch the last couple days videos, I talk a lot about the energy is really, really strong with tower moments and accepting when the lessons and changes that we have, when they're forced upon us, seeing them as what is, not what is good or bad about it. Like, it's all for your own growth. None of it is anything you're not doing to yourself, which is a harsh truth, but it is the truth. And it's what that's what the lesson of this year is all about, is change. Fives represent change. No matter what, it leads into 6, which is the most stable of all numbers, and it's also second in line of the divine numbers, 369. It's 2 3s. I'll get more into that as more videos are released. Don't want to go too much too soon. But at any rate, all of these numbers culminate into 17, which is the Temperance card. You can argue if you'd like, it won't matter, I'm right. The Temperance card is before the, how do I want to say this? The Temperance card. So think of a sword. Think of any metal. You temper steel by getting it hot, and then anything that was forged in fire is made stronger, and that's what this is talking about, and that's what tower moments kind of emphasize. It's painful and it's unexpected. Usually it's unwanted. It's not seen for the blessing that it is, because it hurts. It's painful. It's unexpected, and you didn't ask for it, except for when you did, which ties into yesterday's reading. All of this, and the 6, 7, 8 flow of all of this makes it make a little bit more sense from a numerological standpoint, because all the story has progressed right along with itself every step of the way so far, with even me drawing cards and then coming out as I'm speaking about them. So the synchronicity and everything behind this is to help us recognize what we're looking at. The 17, this forged in fire, made strong by fire. I'm getting the vibe with the phoenix from the fire, which is another Scorpio, which is a Scorpio reference. Another time. Strength, 1 plus 7, 17 factors back down into strength. So even though we are leaving the energy of the strength card, we're leaving this opportunity to embrace what we know we've got coming up, doing it even though we're scared of it, because we believe and we have faith in ourselves, which is what the next month's entire gamut of lessons is going to include. It's going to be looking within and realizing what your higher truth is, gaining that enlightenment. See how he's got it in that lantern there, and he's using that now. He's learned his lessons. He's made it out of his dark night, which I'll get more into that as opportunity and necessity requires. He's done the shadow work. He's out of that. He's moved out of that phase enough to where now he can come back and he can guide the way. And that's where it factors in with him in the tower. And watch yesterday's video or the day before that even, and you'll get a much better idea, much clearer idea of what I'm talking about with him in the tower. So we're back to it. Today's, just remembering that strength. We're going to be taking our strength into this next phase of trusting what it is that we know, and avoiding the tower moments that we see coming, because we know what to look for. We know where that light's guiding from. It turns a tower into a lighthouse, and that's a much better description. It's a much better energy than a crumbling foundation, or being the hermit yourself so that you can guide others through the dark too, which ironically is that's my ultimate goal. So I feel like that covers about the energies for the day. Look for, I'm going to do a tarot spread for today to just kind of get a flow, and it's going to be pertaining to everything that we heard here. It's going to give us a clear description of what to expect. I'm going to also incorporate the last 2 days worth of readings, because I feel like the story is going to play out very similarly. And when I post the videos I made today, mistakenly for tomorrow, well, just suffice it to say that it was strange and synchronistical. I'm not beyond making up my own words. All right. Well, thank you again for joining me. I hope that this was enlightening in some way. I hope it helped. Bye.